Hey everybody, Dean Graziosi. Welcome to the Weekly Wisdom. It's a pleasure and an honor to have you here. You know, I always talk about things that are going on in my life. And right now, I'm listening to a book called The Untethered Soul. My good friend Joe Polish recommended it. It's a great book. And there was a section I listened to this morning while I was exercising. And it was so fantastic. It seems so simple, but yet it's the key to life in so many ways. It talks about how if you have a thorn that's in your arm and it's on the nerve and it's really sensitive, you know, there's a couple ways to go around, really just two ways to go around to fix that. You could build something around it so nothing hits it. You could make sure that if you walk in the woods, you clear a path first. If you're in a relationship, you can make sure you create some kind of mechanism so your spouse or the person you're in a relationship with doesn't hit it. You can make sure you're really sensitive to it, because then if you don't hit that thorn, it won't give you that pain, right? And then he compared it to, or you can just pull it out. But what happens in life so many times is that we have something that was given to us by a family member, by a first relationship, by just insecurities. And it's that thorn, right? And we find a way to not go around crowds, or maybe not start that new business, or maybe not get too close in a relationship because it could hurt. And we're just building a cushion around the thorn, right? And we build up all these walls to protect this thorn. But what he talked about is, what if you just let it go? What if you broke off all the masks? What if you broke off the bandage and the cage around the thorn, and you just had the nerve to pull it out, to face what bugs you, to walk in and say, I don't like crowds. I'm going into crowds. I'm just letting that go. I'm worth it. My soul is worth it. Because what happens, and I don't want to get too deep, but if you have ever read Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now, it's that same philosophy of being in this moment. We drag our past with us like an anchor pulling it across the desert, and we paint movies about tomorrow that could happen. What if we let go of the movies, let go of the anchor of the past, and just lived in this present and say, no, at this moment, I'm not going to be shy. Maybe my brain is telling me I'm shy, but what if you're just the observer of that thought? Let that thought go, pull out the thorn, and do the things that scare you the most, rather than protecting and covering and making excuses. I hope that came out right. That book is in my head, so it's easy for me to think through it. I hope I explained it in a good way, but really think about the things inside of you. What's the thorn inside of you that you protect and you find excuses to get around rather than facing it? Because just like that old analogy of just rip the Band-Aid off, just pull the thorn out and give it a shot. I'm Dean Graziosi. I hope that message resonated. It's always a pleasure and an honor to serve you guys. If you don't have my books, go to deansfreebook.com. That's deansfreebook.com. And if not, I'll see you next week right here with a new Weekly Wisdom. Bye-bye.